Some are calling it a groundbreaking ruling in the state of Michigan, and it could soon have a major impact on people who are pulled over for drunk driving. A judge has ruled blood alcohol tests conducted by the Michigan State Police Crime Lab are unreliable and will not be admitted in his court. It's a ruling that's creating a lot of controversy and has state police officials crying foul. 24-Hour News 8's Mark Thompson spoke with the lawyer who forced this ruling and joins us live tonight. Mark.
Brian, this all comes down to margin of error, what the court calls an error rate. Right now, when you're pulled over and your blood sample is eventually sent to the Michigan State Police Crime Lab, they come up with one exact blood alcohol number. But an attorney, a Lansing attorney who currently has a case pending in Ludington, he challenges that blood alcohol number and says that there must be a margin of error factored in and the jury should know about it, and that judge agreed. Keep in mind that what the judge ruled on in this series of hearings is a blood test taken from a collected blood sample and tested at the Michigan State Police Crime Lab. But to prove his point to us, attorney Michael Nichols set up a simple breath test experiment. Two of his staff members consumed one beer apiece over a 45-minute period. After waiting the required 15 minutes, they each blew 8 times over a period of about 10 minutes. In the results, each of the staff members' numbers varied at least once over the course of the test. Nichols says this proves that it's nearly impossible to get one exact number, and there must be a margin of error. He says the same principle applies when Michigan State Police conduct a blood alcohol test in the lab.
Any instrument that attempts to measure something in the human body is going to have bias in the instrument itself, from hour to hour and day to day and week to week, and differences in the person who is providing the analyte or the sample, the blood or the breath. And then you're going to have differences from analyst to analyst, officer to officer, taking the sample and processing it.
79th District Court Judge Peter Waddle listened to testimony from state police lab technicians. The technicians argued that all blood samples are thoroughly tested 2 different ways, in fact, and they use the lowest value as the exact blood alcohol number, and no margin of error is factored or needed. But the judge disagreed. He ruled that there are natural inconsistencies in testing. There is an error rate, and it's information that a jury should have. Nichols says that margin of error can mean the difference between guilty and not guilty for someone on the cusp of the .08 legal limit in Michigan.
Ruins your life. I mean, a DUI in the state of Michigan, you can never get off your record.
And we want to make clear that cases can still be tried on the basis of a field sobriety test and other factors. This ruling is not retroactive and only applies to the 79th District at this time. And of course, state police officials, they tell us that they strongly disagree with this ruling, and the prosecutor is now looking into the case. Reporting live, Mark Thompson, 24-Hour News 8.